Okay, welcome to ObiCraft, and this is a tutorial on installing Optifine. Optifine is probably the easiest one to install so that you can see the textures that ObiCraft has on like the spacesuit and the slime armor and stuff.
Pretty much all the textures.
Yeah. So you see Malwarebytes there? I suggest it. I definitely suggest it.
Just the free version is fine.
Yes. Alright, and there's Optifine. We're going to download the jar file. And listen, Windows always says that the jar files are, dangerous, and you should definitely only download trusted sources. Alright, but to install Optifine, you just right click on it and open, or double click, and then it's going to open up a little GUI, or graphical user interface, or whatever you call it these days, and you're going to click on install. GUI? GUI. GUI. Okay, and like that, Optifine is installed. That easy. So we're going to test it. We're going to launch the vanilla launcher, and then you're going to see Optifine listed there, 1.18.1, or whatever the newest version is that you downloaded. And then you're going to start it. And I probably could have cut some of this out. Alright, so multiplayer, let's jump on a server and let's see if we can see the ObiCraft gear.
Connecting.
Yeah, we'll have some music or something, I'm sure. Okay, here we are on ObiCraft, and check it out. We can see the space gear, so we definitely have Optifine installed, and it is working. We're going to go ahead and warp to the village here in a second as soon as I figure out the warp. And fly around a little bit. So what you may not know is that the server restricts the amount of chunks you can see, and even with Optifine we can only see 4 chunks away, or an 8 chunk radius, and that's just not good enough. So here in a few minutes we'll show you guys how to see farther, but believe me, it does cause a little bit of work on your computer. So some of the stuff, the processing will be on your side versus the server. Alright, so we're going to install Fabric now, and Fabric is the mod, tool. It kind of replaces Forge for a lot of people, but
Fabric has more available right now, I think.
it does seem to have a lot more available right now. The stuff is being kept up, and then the developers, from what they've commented, have said that it's just much easier to keep up the Fabric versus Forge, but they both have their uses. So there's the Fabric installer, and the cool thing about the Fabric installer is that you download the most current jar, and it works for any version that you want. So right now it's defaulted to 1.18.1, which that's what we want, but if we click the drop down, we can go into any of the versions that we want, including snapshots, etc. And then we'll install it. And wow, that was quick. Well, it's installed. So we'll close this out, and now it's time for some mods. So you have Fabric installed, but now you need some mods. One of the main this isn't even a mod, but Fabric API. You need this for a lot of other mods. They work off of this API. So download the Fabric API and go ahead and, yes, I'm showing you that it's at curseforge.com. It's a good website, good stuff.
Yep.
And there it is, the Fabric API, most current. Wait. And we keep the file. Okay, we open up both folders, and you are going to want to go to your Minecraft folder. So most of you may know how to get there, but if not, it's just in your users folder, app data, roaming, Minecraft. But you're going to want to put everything into a mods folder. So you're going to put the Optifine jar and the fabric jar into there. The Optifine one is because we're going to need it along with OptiFabric. So we're going to have the OptiFabric install, and it works once we download it and put it in the mods folder as well. Again, I'll leave some links in the description on a bunch of these websites, but I'm showing you the most part how to get them because I know, links are sus. Alright, so again, in the mods folder, which if you don't have a mods folder, you'll just have to create it. But you'll put all of your jars in that location, and again, OptiFabric and the Optifine that we downloaded to start with is now in the mods folder, and we're going to switch over to the fabric loader 1.18.1, or again, whatever the most current version is.
Why is it so tiny?
Well, I mean, it starts off that way. I don't know. That's how mine is. Does yours not start off like that?
No.
Because you got bad line. Yeah. I'm not crazy about bad line. But look, we have Minecraft 1.18. Yeah, I know. Shush my face. Okay, it's shushed.
Loading.
Alright, so now we're not just in Optifine. We actually have the fabric loader launching and loading Optifine as well. So just to show you, here in a second, we will show you the textures that I'm wearing. And of course we'll show you the cool Joy to Key program that I use for my remote. Okay, but there it is. There's the textures, and there they are again. These are the Optifine textures, so we do have Optifine working with fabric now. And as great as this is, we still can only see about 4 chunks away. I'm not seeing the fog that a lot of you guys see with the vanilla launcher.
When it's loading in the chunk.
Right.
Yeah.
See, it's usually fog for a lot of people out there.
I don't get the fog either, but I still.
Well, that's because of Optifine, and because Badline uses Optifine.
But I still haven't noticed the difference.
So here's Bobby, and Bobby is this is what you want to be able to see farther on a server. So it doesn't matter what you set your chunk render distance to. Servers restrict the amount that you can see. Bobby gets around that, okay? Alright, so keep the file. And by the way, there are other alternatives to Bobby, but this is the one that I prefer. Plus, I like the name.
Bobby.
Bobby.
It's from King of the Hill, just in case anybody doesn't know that reference. Bobby.
Alright, so here we are. Now, already I can see a little bit farther, but we gotta load chunks in, because what Bobby does is it downloads the chunks to a folder in your Minecraft, directory, and it stores them there. And then as so basically right now what I'm doing is I'm flying around, I'm loading these chunks so that it saves them, and then as soon as
when you come back to this area, does it remember?
Yes, it totally remembers.
It remembers.
Yep,
Okay.
and when I go to spawn, it remembers, and when I go anywhere else,
it doesn't create new files every single time.
Nope, not every time. Only when you go into those chunks. So that is one slight but minor drawback, is that you may be looking out into the distance and it looks like nothing has changed, but there could be a huge building there someone built yesterday.
Okay.
But there's the AT-AT, that Aiden built. So awesome. And there, again, we're loading in chunks. Now, towards the end of the video, we will show you with the Replahy Mod what this looks like and more how it feels. And there's Almiguel's new, how do you say his name? Almiguel? Almiguel. There is his place. We'll see it again here in a minute. And here is Reversed Engineer's area, his little hut he started, that he wanted to do all by himself. Alright, but look, we can see Mama Bear's place, we can see Almiguel's place way out in the distance, we can see the AT-AT, and it's really far away right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's still loading in chunks, it's still learning them. We're going to fly around a little bit more. I mean, this has just been a really cool area that everybody's built. Replahy Mod. The Replahy Mod is, you know, optional for anybody that wants to use it, but it's definitely an improvement to recording over OBS. It's so with the Replahy Mod, you can record what's going on around you, and the file size is so much smaller. You may have, after 2 hours, you know, 100 megabyte file, but in 2 hours of, you know, the OBS recording, you may have 2 or 3 gigabytes worth of, you know, data. So it's definitely a good recording.
Space saver.
Yeah, space saver. But it does take more on the editing side than OBS usually does. Yes. So, Shulker Box Tooltip. This is a cool little mod that you can see what's in the Shulker box without actually opening it while you're looking at it in the inventory. And we'll go ahead and download this. I don't know what I thought I was trying to tell you guys right there.
Go here, go there.
Yes.
What?
Alright, keep the file, of course.
Child probably was in the way of concentration.
Probably. And there's the Shulker Box Tooltips. And then check it out. We hold left alt and left shift at the same time, and we hover over the Shulker box, and we can see exactly what is in there.
Everything.
That is so cool.
All the things.
All the things. Okay, litematica. This is a mod that lets you see a 3D hologram of the schematic that you want to build in-game. It'll tell you how much material you need to build it. It'll let you place it within a world, even on a server, and then build. You still have to build the blocks, you know, or build the item in survival, but you know, it's really awesome. You do have to have a couple of jar files for this. One is that matlib or malib jar file, and then of course you also have to have the litematica jar file. And I'm not going to go into how to use litematica. It is a lot to learn, but it's definitely worth it. I still struggle with it occasionally, like trying to place make a schematic from it or place it in a world. But once you get in there and then you can start building the item, you know, in game, it's definitely worth it for some of the complicated builds. Alright, Alright, so there are the two jar files that you need, the litematica and the Malib fabric jar. And then, yeah, basically, I just want to say fabric is awesome. So this is the replay mod we're watching, and Bobby has already loaded chunks in, so I can see out in the distance. I'm recording, without actually using up a whole lot of space. That is one of the drawbacks, and I'm sure there's a way around it, as far as not seeing what's in the shulkers when you open it in first person. I am recording in first person, but I can go outside of this, and I can record third person to get some more movie theatrics going on. And you can go back and add texture packs or shaders after the fact. So I didn't put any shaders or texture packs on it. This is pretty much what I see when I'm playing the game. I see way out into the distance. Everything is crystal clear. It's smooth, like this right here. This is how it feels when I'm playing the game. And check this out. This is George Out's mega project he started. I can't wait to see this done. And again, the whole town, everybody there. See Tan's place, the AT-AT. Yeah, you can see Mama Bear's place, El Miguel's, Aiden's, Dateless back there, Reverse Engineers right there in the corner. And we can see all the way around, not just the 4 chunks away. I mean, again, this is what I see when I'm playing. It does take a little bit of processing on the computer, so slower computers may not be able to run this well. I do apologize, but
if you have a gaming computer or something with high processor, it's going to be able to do this pretty smoothly.
And it's definitely worth it. And all these items are free. You can download them, install them, run them. Always keep them up to date. And I don't develop any of the software. I don't have anything to do with it. I'm just showing you what's out there that I use, and hopefully it works for you guys. But look at that. Look, just all of the...
It looks really cool.
Yeah, way out there, I can still, like, past your place, I can still see the
AT-AT.
And,
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool. And there's not a bunch of lag.
No. Like I said, this is how it's, like, once Bobby's loaded all the chunks, this is pretty much how it works for me.
So it's a good idea to, if you put it on, go around your main areas that you generally operate in, and then you'll be able to see them no matter where you're at.
Yeah. Now, when you go into resource worlds, there is a little bit of delay.
Yeah.
And obviously those
because it's rewriting information.
Starting to get dark. So you think I can thread the needle? Do you think that? Oh no, I couldn't. Ow. Ow, that hurt.
You crashed.
I did. Your place looks so cool back there.
I know, I need to figure out what I'm doing with it.
Think I can thread the needle this time?
Maybe. I don't know. Why are you asking me that?
Because I did. And it was awesome. Alright. Good night, everybody.
Bye!